So can you tell me about the story of Shredz company? I remember at some point we were at the expo like maybe 4 years ago, and it was literally had the biggest booth. It was the biggest presence. I think it was either Arnold or Olympia Expo, maybe both probably. And it was huge.
It was the 50th anniversary of the Olympia. We had the biggest booth in Olympia history, spent $1 million.
On the booth?
$1 million. Yeah, I had a 60-foot wall.
And you were a partner in that company, right?
Yeah, I was. I helped start the company. It was me. I was a bunch of people that were big factors in. But the original kind of 3 people were me, Arvin, and Anker, who to this day again are still very good friends of mine. But yeah, it was like a 4-hour wait to get through. Just like I still tell people like I wouldn't wait 15 minutes to meet me. Like you're waiting 4 hours.
Right. That's crazy.
I mean, that line was it was crazy, man. We had all the biggest names in fitness at that time, and I remember, and like I said, I don't like to do that stuff. Like I think it's not because, and I'm not trying to say it arrogantly. It's just that for somebody to wait 4 hours, come on stage, take a 2-second picture with you, and then have security like, all right, guys, move it along. Like I like to connect with the people. Like I always say, and this is the reason I don't do a lot of expos anymore, and I don't do that kind of stuff. It's because if I'm going to meet somebody, I want it to be in an environment where I can give them an actual personable connection. Like at the gym, if I meet somebody at the gym, they want to take a photo, they want to talk, or simply I'll say, hey, you want to take a photo with me? You got to earn it. Hit a set with me, and I'll make them get down and do a set. That type of stuff I think leaves a good lasting impression, as well as true to myself and my character as who I am, as opposed to standing on stage, looking down at people in a sense of, you guys are waiting to take a picture of me, I feel cool. Like that's not me. It was a great experience. I remember they closed the expo down, and there were still a good 50 to 100 people in line, and the lights shut off, and everybody left from Shredz, and I stayed, and I made sure I stayed there for like an extra hour and a half, and I made sure every single person that waited in line got a hug, a photo, whatever they wanted, an autograph, whatever we had to do. It was pretty cool, but that was a good time, man. That expo, that whole Olympia was a great time, man. We did a lot of great things for people.
And what happened with the Shredz? And you left that company to start a new company? Whatever happened with them?
Yeah, I left August 2017. I left Shredz to. I partnered up with my buddy Nick, and a couple of guys, and we started a company called Rise Supplements. We're about 2 years old now, doing very well. Looking to have a great 2020. It was just the right time. What I wanted to achieve and where I saw my career going, it was time to move on from Shredz. I was there for 6 years, from the start, from the very beginning. And like I said, to this day, great friends with Arvin, great friends with everybody there. Still talk to them, still wish great things for them. I know they're still around, they're still doing well. Have a lot of respect and a lot of admiration for the people there that were able to give me the chance to become Joey Swoll in a sense. So.
Was it unfair what happened to the company? There was a lot of scandal around it going on. Was it unfair?
I still don't understand the word scandal. I mean, a lot of people say things like scam and scandal and stuff like that, but it really wasn't. It was a combination of things happened at the right. It was a lot of people ganged up as far as people that were hating on certain pages that had decent followings. Certain athletes that were pushing it to have pages do things that were either just mad that we were successful or one. It was having some discourse between some of our athletes and other people outside the company, but the actions of certain people didn't reflect the company. There was a supplement company. Our manufacturer was manufacturing some of the top supplement companies. That's something consumers don't understand. Like if you look at a company and you think they have bad quality products, look at the manufacturer. Because chances are that manufacturer manufactures 5, 6, 7 other companies that you might think is a great quality company, right? So our products weren't bad. Our burner was great. I liked it. Our BCAAs were great. We didn't really have a pre-workout. Our protein was delicious, and we did a lot of R&D and innovation. But our strength was our marketing. That was it. We were the first people to really create influencer marketing and social media marketing, and run with it. And of every other company, even companies that were hating on us, were mimicking what we were doing and using the same type of marketing schemes to create revenue. But like I said, it was a combination of some hate. The algorithm changed. It burnt out. Burnt out in a sense. When you go from, we literally went from, I think our first year was under 6 figures to doing 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a large jump over a short amount of time. We were in Forbes in our second year. We were Arvin had an article in Forbes about us, about how how fast we grew and
It's incredible.
how successful we became. And again, I tell people from this day, this all started, no joke. I was sitting there one day, and it was so funny because Arvin and I, we would hustle, man. We were hustling the Arvin every day, trying to sell as many bottles. We had one burner, we had a fat burner. And we were trying to sell and sell and sell. And no, man, I don't know who you guys are. We go to stores, hey, you want to pick it? No, who the hell are you guys? Fuck you. And one day I had just started an Instagram. I had a couple thousand followers. I had a decent following on Facebook, nothing huge. I took a picture of our fat burner and I put it on my Instagram, and it said right below it, it said, kick me for more info. Remember Kick Messenger? I remember Kick Messenger. It said, kick me for more info. And all of a sudden, going from doing 5 bottles a day, it was 10 bottles a day. And people would message me, and it was all of a sudden 20 bottles a day. And I'm like, we should bring on more athletes to do this. Then I, brought on people like Paige and Devin and Ainsley and Colin, and great team of people. And all of a sudden, hey guys, this is what you do to to make money. And we paid our athletes well. That was the reason a lot of companies didn't like us, because they're sitting there handing out $500, on free supplements, and we're sitting there paying our athletes to the point where they were all making 6 figures at one point. And they didn't like that, because that was new. Like, nobody, you don't pay, fitness athletes. They get free supplements and maybe a small contract. It's like, no, man, you're going to use somebody's image, you're going to make money off them, you should pay them. So we kind of changed the game in that sense. And a lot of these influencers today, whether you like Shredz or not, we set that stage for you to get paid. That we were the first company to pay athletes and pay athletes well. And you can't argue against that. That's as true as the sky is blue. But yeah, man, it was a fun ride, man. Like I said, I miss it. And I really hope one day, and I was saying this earlier, like they should do a documentary, or somebody should do a documentary on the kind of the rise and I shouldn't say the fall, but just the rise of how we did everything, and the difficulties we went through, and then obviously at the end, I mean, nobody really knows the true story about what happened at the end and why things went the way they did. Everyone has their own guesses and rumors, obviously, get spread and things like that, but it wasn't that. I mean, there was no hate, there was no animosity towards everybody. People just went their own ways. You think about it, you take a bunch of young kids, 23, 24 years old, not making any money. I won't name names, but some of our athletes were sleeping in their cars at one point. Some were sleeping on floors, making $30, $40 a night as a bar back, to making 6 figures in 1 year.
That's crazy.
And then all of a sudden they got, fancy cars and these endorsements, and living in penthouses, and they're, getting millions of followers. You take somebody and go from here to there at 23 years old, chances are you're gonna create a little bit of an ego, and things are gonna kind of spiral out of control. Personally, for me, and I tried to stress this to everybody, I said, always stay level-headed. Be humble, save your money, be smart. I think the reason I was able to survive, and I've been around this long, these number of years, is because I've never changed who I am. I've never tried to be something I'm not, and I've always stayed humble and stayed true to myself.